What is going on, everybody? Just want to do a quick little update on my vintage model 7369 General Electric alarm clock. If you guys remember when I first got it and make like a scratching, squeaking sound as it went around the face of the clock. Well, that was because that second hand right there was actually bent. So what it was doing is actually rubbing that plastic cover. And if you look, here's a little top side view of it. It was actually bent just enough to where it was rubbing. When the second hand came down here, it started rubbing at the 5. And it get real bad as it came down at the 6. Now, as you can see, it's actually clearing the plastic cover. And it also rubbed again here at the top of the clock there, at the top of the, when the second hand reached the 12, it was rubbing that plastic cover. Now, how we fixed it was, took a small flathead screwdriver and pried that off of there, and it popped off. We not only cleaned that plastic cover, but my uncle bent the second hand away from that plastic cover, so now when it comes around, it no longer makes that sound like you're taking nails across a chalkboard. It would sound like something like this. Well, I don't have anything to squeak, but it just sounds like nails going across the chalkboard. So now it's able to move smoothly, and it's not working that motor as hard either. And as you can see, the minute hand is able to move smoother as well. I mean, the whole clock was actually stuttering because that second hand was actually scraping that plastic cover. So now the whole clock runs 10 times better than it did. You don't hear it making that screeching sound. And while we had the plastic cover off, you even cleaned the back side of it. It was dirty. You couldn't even hardly see the clock itself. You couldn't even see the time. But now you can. So, one more time around here. And again, it used to rub at the top. The second hand's coming around to that pretty quickly here. Doesn't make a noise anymore. And you can see the minute hand is actually moving as it should now. It doesn't have a hard time moving. And there again, here at the bottom it start rubbing at the 6. Well, it started at the 5. And the rubbing would increase as it came around down to the 6. And it would do it until it got up a little past the 7. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. And before I go, I always want to remind you that Jesus loves you. Have a wonderful day, everybody. And anytime you have a problem with a clock like this, just remember, use a small flathead screwdriver and pop that plastic cover off. And gently bend the hand so you don't bend it too much. Otherwise, if you bend it too much, that second hand's going to take the minute hand right around the face with it. And then the clock's going to be doing all kinds of screwy stuff. We don't need that happening. But anyway, have a wonderful day, y'all.